EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Acrisure Stadium on the north shore of the Steel City, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Today, boy, what a matchup. Two NFL franchises with so much history, so much tradition, getting set to do battle here. As it'll be the Las Vegas Raiders taking on the Pittsburgh Steelers. The kicker, Chris Boswell, has it ready to go, and we are underway from Pittsburgh. They juked him. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. So here comes the Raider offense now onto the field. They'll be led out by the former Hoosier, their rookie quarterback from Indiana.
And you'd think as a young QB there'd be some nerves leading an offense out to start a game, but haven't seen any sign of them right now. And speaking with him earlier this week, sensed that the pressure wouldn't get to him. He feels comfortable being the face of this offense and shouldering the expectations on game day, even if he doesn't quite have the years of experience other quarterbacks do.
A good safe pass there right off the bat.
That's almost a rhythm play. That's what we like to call it. Get them into rhythm early, something safe, something they're confident about, something they feel good. And once that's completed, then you just keep moving from there because the confidence elevates.
And this one too low.
That one came up just a little bit short. I'm wondering, is he still a little bit tight as this game starts? What would you say? Maybe he's got to take the governor off of it?
Or maybe the donut off the baseball bat like the guys in the on-deck circle?
I like that. Yeah, just take that little extra weight off of him and start to play freely.
On third and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. Well, they were in search of a short gain on third down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards.
A gain of 22 yards. First down, Raiders.
That turns into a very well-orchestrated play right there. Going to work his way out of the backfield to the right, and after he looked it in, he found plenty of space to roam and picked up big yardage.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10, right at the 40. They'll run for the first time with Ashton Jeanty. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
They suspected it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
Ball on the 39. Here's the 2nd and 8. In motion, Dorsett. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll get this out to Jeanty. He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. Well, we know he can run the football too, but he's a good pass catcher. That's been on display here, Charles, on this opening drive.
And we certainly have seen the benefits of what he did in the offseason, which was spend more time with wide receivers, working on routes, working on cuts, in order to make himself a more complete running back and even more of a threat downfield.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 20-yard line. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Raider first.
Oh, there's going to be a little bit of regret there because they certainly had the chance to get off the field here, just giving up a field goal attempt. But they couldn't get that stop on third down. Now they have to hunker down because guess what? That drive continues.
On first down, it's Jeanty. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there.
He was brought down
the tackle by Cole Holcomb.
I think what we just saw their partner was linebacking speed that can trump O-line power. We see that at times because he filled the gap before the offensive lineman could get to the next level and take him on.
Now it's 2nd and 10. The run straight ahead with Jeanty. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. That gain of 15 gets him on the doorstep, first and goal.
Raiders first down.
Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, and now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking, is this 4-down territory? Might he go for it?
They'll look to throw on third and goal. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's fourth down.
Well, anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time they were up to the challenge.
The Raider field goal, a 26-yard attempt.
The kick by Carlson is good. And the Raiders jump out to a 3-0 advantage. Well, after marching down the field, only getting 3 there, kind of feels like a win for the defense.
And it does. They'll go to the sideline feeling a lot better that they didn't give up a touchdown after the march against them. But if I were the offense, I wouldn't hang my head over that one. That's a good drive, and 3 points were put on the board.
Oh, nice move. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. So the Steelers offense getting set for their first drive. And they will be led out by their 6'4" quarterback.
And there's a word that constantly gets thrown around with this guy when you talk to anyone in the building. Potential. They are sky high on what they believe he can grow into in the role of a starting quarterback. In addition, there are plenty around the league who think that as well. And years from now, he can still be leading this offense out.
Vision is so important for the man in the middle because his ability to look through all the clutter that's happening in front of him, diagnose a play, and then go make it and finish it, that's when the great ones know that they have the goods.
Completes it to Austin. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that'll leave them with a 3rd and 2.
Makes it 3rd and 2.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. From the gun on 3rd down. Howard. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
That's good for a Steelers first down.
When you give up points on the opening drive, in this case a field goal, you'd hate to go 3 and out. They avoid that.
They do, and it's also walking that fine line mentally, too, as a coach, isn't it? Because you want to emphasize to your team exactly what you said. All right, we gave up a field goal. Let's go back and at least equal that, guys. But if we don't, you don't want to feel like it's the end of the world either. Nice that they were able to pick up the first down there, help them relax a little bit.
Well, that's not just his first, not his second, already his 3rd completion here on the opening drive. And I think it's safe to say that getting him the ball in this game, one of their top priorities.
And a top priority for the defense has got to be finding ways to cover him. And I don't think you can have one basic coverage to get it done. You have to throw a number of coverages at him, make him think as he's running downfield, and hope you can create a little bit of havoc.
4 catches now on this drive alone. They can't stop him. It's another first down. Well, they clearly wanted to come out, Charles, and be aggressive throwing the football, and they've been pretty efficient along with that aggressiveness. He's now 4 of 4 on this opening drive.
Yeah, and that's led to a fresh set of downs. I like what he's doing back there. You can tell he's at ease, feels good about what he's doing. I think if I'm the play caller, I'm reading that and continuing to let him throw the football.
A pass complete downfield. It's Valdez-Scantling. It's It's a gain of 35.
It's a gain of 35. That's another Steelers first down. 1st and 10 at the 16-yard line.
There's the arm strength that we saw in college and during the scouting process. And really, it's not just the arm strength there, but the placement as well. To me, that was an excellent combination of arm talent and accuracy.
Now run straight ahead with Warren. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. Malcolm Kuntz there on the tackle. Defensively, though, they had a chance there to hit him for a loss. Couldn't get it done.
Looked like someone was able to knife into the backfield, but he wasn't able to get him down. But his compatriots, they were able to grab him at the line of scrimmage and not let him get any further downfield.
They'll run for the first time with Kenneth Gainwell. And this one also slow in developing as he's maybe getting back here to the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that.
No gain on the play. It's
defense simply not fooled by the draw there.
Well, they were thinking run to begin with, and what they tell their defensive linemen is play the run on your way to the quarterback. If someone shows, go get him, and that's exactly what they did.
Here's Howard from the gun on 3rd down. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And the Steelers are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
That's good for a Steelers first down.
A field goal helps, but a touchdown gets you the lead. That had to be the message transmitted in the huddle. And they delivered there as that throw is going to keep the drive alive. And even better than that, set them up with a 1st and goal.
Now they show jet sweep it instead, a run up the middle here. Now he's able to break through one tackle, but it slowed him down enough that he could only manage getting back to the line of scrimmage.
Leads to 2nd and
he can rack up those tackles in bunches in the run game from that middle linebacker spot.
And what he has to do is make sure he congratulates the guys in front and tells them thanks a lot, because as the guy in the middle, the Mike linebacker, you're counting on your front 3, your front 4, front 5, whatever you've got in front of you to take up all the blocking, allow you to roam and hit, and that's what he did on that play.
Not a great start dropping his first target, but let's face it, it won't be his last chance because he'll get opportunities to make up for that one throughout this game.
This Raider defense not giving in. They'll try to hold once more on 3rd and goal. Looking to throw. Howard. Well, the defense, Charles, they bent a little bit, but they did not break. And then on 3rd and goal there, the huge interception.
Think of the momentum they're carrying with them right now, Brandon, because in their mind, whether they want to admit it or not, they were conceding 3 points. Their goal was to keep them out of the end zone, not give up a touchdown. Instead, they give up nothing. What a big-time play and a big-time stop by them.
Second drive of the game coming up for this Las Vegas offense. And a methodical drive last time, but they couldn't get that knockout blow. They had to settle for 3.
But you got to like what they've been doing along the way, right? It's almost like the body blows, the setup punch. As you said, they didn't get the knockout blow here, but that doesn't mean it can't come later in the game on another possession. And the defense on the other side,
maybe a little gas.
Yeah, a little tired, and if nothing else, they just feel relieved getting off field and giving up 3. They don't exactly feel like they've handled the offense.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Up the middle, it's Genty. And he'll get only a couple up to the 22.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down, then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
3rd and 8. Back to throw. Mendoza. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Well, they had that one snipped out defensively. That's a tough one to connect on when you got multiple defenders in the area, and it winds up incomplete.
Here's A.J. Cole now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. A well-hit ball there. 50 yards on the punt, 3 on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their second offensive possession. They trail 3-0 after the INT last time led to a field goal, but now another fresh start here, 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. His throw incomplete.
So many things have to go right for any passing play to work out. Quarterback has to understand the defense, deliver an accurate ball. Receiver has to concentrate and bring it in. Somewhere along the assembly line, something was off with that one.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Looking to throw. Howard. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
It's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd and 4.
Operating from the gun. Howard. And down he goes. Brought down a Raider sack. Max Crosby. In there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to 4th down.
In every game we talk about what are going to be the keys as we go into it. Maybe that's a key for their defense today. Pressure the quarterback and make sure you play a good zone defense behind them, and they get their first sack of the contest.
$3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Second quarter action from Pittsburgh. It is the Steelers in control of the football as they've got it with a 4th down coming up. The Waitman now to punt as he sends this one away. And the fair catch is made at about the 27-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return. And it'll be Raiders football, 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. They'll start on the ground with Genty. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34.
If you're in the offensive huddle, you're smiling after that play because you've certainly got them guessing now. 2nd and short, could they just hand it off for another big gain? Or do they take advantage of this spot to take a big shot downfield?
And from the 34, here's 2nd and 4. Operating from the gun, Mendoza. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
But they certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the 1st half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball possibly in the open field. And I think in the 2nd half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
Intended for Brock Bowers. Incomplete. He was defended by Jalen Ramsey.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Operating from the gun, Mendoza. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
The Raiders on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. The tight end in motion right. They'll try to run forward with Genty. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down.
I apologize in advance, partner, but the beefeaters on the interior of this D-line, you just know they were licking their chops on 3rd and short. And yes, they were rewarded with a tasty dish, stuffing that one short of a 1st down.
On 4th down, A.J. Cole comes on to punt. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And this will be out of bounds. Now it's a question of where they'll mark it. And they'll say it crosses at the 11-yard line. So not just running into the punter, but roughing the punter.
And I'm struggling with this one. You know, you're watching it, partner. Is it more the first rather than the latter? This is a tough one. Almost feels like he felt like he had to call it on that play.
They go play action here on first down. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there? Freezing the defense just enough to swing the tight end free downfield for the completion.
Ball on the 27. Here's second and a yard. A give out of the gun to Genty. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. 2 yards the loss, and now they go from 2nd and 2 to a tough 3rd and 4.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. What I like to see?
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. Over the middle, Dorsett. And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
3rd and 4 is always a tough call. Maybe a little too long to run for it, but not too long to hit him on the quick slant. And that was well executed. Found the window and zipped it right in there.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Back to throw. Mendoza. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
A 6-yard pickup.
You know what I like about that play? He didn't try to do too much on first down. He took what the defense gave him, put together a solid gain to bring up 2nd and manageable. Now they have a couple of plays to pick up just a few yards and a new set of downs.
2nd down and 4. Here's the option. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. The pickup goes for 13 and sets him up 1st and goal.
First down, Las Vegas.
Some good strong running right there. Some power and some explosiveness just about got him into the end zone.
Genty will take this one in for a Vegas touchdown. A solid blocking up front from the guys on the offensive line allowed him to get in for the touchdown.
Yeah, some might say that the guys on the offensive line were in concert. I used to have a coach who called it marrying up, meaning when you get on a guy, you just stay right there, and each guy has his own assignment. That allowed the runner to make the big move towards the end zone.
Now for the extra point, Daniel Carlson. It's up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 10-zip.
The score, Raiders 10.
So that one a long
Steelers
11-play drive. And it winds up in 6 points for the Raiders.
Daniel Carlson.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The Steelers ready for their next possession. Nothing for them yet from an offensive standpoint. Down 10-zip as they come up 1st and 10. Off play action. Howard. Across the formation, he hits Austin. And they finally get him, but not before he reaches the 33-yard line. A big play that time for Pittsburgh. 41 yards.
1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far, and never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory. Down at the 33. They run behind center with Gainwell. And an excellent job of finding the opening as he's got this now all the way down to the 22.
The Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards.
So they go pass, now they go run, and 2 plays resulting in really nice pickups.
Certainly sounds like a 50-50 deal, doesn't it? Sounds like great balance. Well, you know what all those coaches have told us over the years, Brandon, that balance is? It means doing what you want to, when you want to. That play call is working very well for them right now.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
I think if we put together a job description for a middle linebacker, we would start with being able to hold down things in the middle of the line of scrimmage and be able to take on blockers. But how about the guys who can go sideline to sideline and make plays?
Love a guy that can do that. We saw a perfect example of it right there. Catch is made by Metcalf. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds.
16 yards.
A first catch of the ball game there for Metcalf. And a first down to boot.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taken them no time at all to get down here. And now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
A handoff for Ward. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. A pickup of 4 on first down. It'll be 2nd and goal. When we talk about being on schedule, I think they're on schedule after that run, getting it right down there on the doorstep.
Maybe even a little bit ahead, because now the defense can't dictate with pressure. They're guessing about where you're going to go. I might come right back at them with the same play, the same set, and see if they can stop them.
Now a run here. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. It's a 1-yard touchdown run. And the Steelers have got it back to within a score.
Hey, you're down on the scoreboard, but now your offense is in close, and this is where, as a quarterback, you say, I've got to make a play here. Doesn't matter whether it's a pinpoint throw or a scramble like this one. He takes matters into his own hands and delivers a touchdown run.
Chris Boswell now for the extra point. And they're back within a field goal. It's 10-7 now.
It's the score, Raiders 10.
That time a 6-play drive. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Raiders offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. And he has been a big component of the passing game so far. You see the numbers for this first half. This defense is going to need to find some way to key in on him because he is eating them up right now.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, give them credit for trying, but there's no fooling the defense with that call. They were reading run, and they set up to stop the run and then executed.
From the 24 now, here's a 2nd and 9.
Looking to throw. Mendoza.
That one complete to Trey Tucker.
His first catch there. Good for 10 yards and a first down.
So what do you do if you've got a defense in cover 3 trying to keep everything in front of them? The answer seems obvious. Just work those routes in front of them. This is going to be a hitch route, but he's operating in plenty of space, and he makes the catch here for a first down.
Now a play fake here on first down.
Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Off the play fake. Mendoza.
Throw out left, caught by Mayer. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Well, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
Here's A.J. Cole now as he'll kick it away for the second time. It's a 45-yard punt, but a decent return there of 9 yards.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field.
For this offense, Charles, remember the last time they were out here, marched it nearly the full length of the football field, and a lot of the attack went through the air, so now they're seeing if they can duplicate that performance.
Okay, if I show my age a little bit, partner, because I can hear my high school coach, John Ford. I can hear his voice in my head. Laddie, when you put the ball in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad. But the way the game's being played now, this is just part of what they do, so I don't think they should change anything at all. They've been dominant. Keep throwing it around.
Now a run with Warren. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. The Steelers picking up 15 yards there at a first down. We often give credit to the O-line there. 2 tight end formation. Those tight ends block pretty well also.
Yeah, that's one of the most dynamic positions in football now. The tight ends who can block at the line of scrimmage at the point of attack, and they can also get downfield and catch the football.
2 minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7, our score.
They'll look to throw here on first down.
A short one there to Freiermuth.
That'll go for a gain of 7. And it's second down.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3 at the 45-yard line.
Back to throw. Howard. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Call it a loss of 5, a big sack to bring up 3rd down.
But you do need to know as a young quarterback that if you're going to spread the field, the ball's got to come out quick, and you have to know where to go with the football really in pre-snap. Identify where you want to go and get rid of it.
Going for Metcalf on the deep ball.
And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
And that's where you're counting on a receiver's size being an advantage. They were hoping he could go up the top of a smaller DB and haul that one in. A good thought, but that time it didn't work out.
4th down, Corliss Waitman now on to punt.
And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And that'll skip out of bounds inside the 20 at the 17-yard line.
Las Vegas' offense back out there ready to go. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You could never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Looking to throw. Mendoza. And that's incomplete.
Oh, they'll certainly be on the tablets going over that one for sure. Clearly they were expecting something else out of the defense and couldn't adjust to make that completion happen.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw.
Now he's going to step up and run.
Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts.
A gain of 7.
So as they talk it over, we step aside. Here's A.J. Cole now as he's on to punt for Las Vegas. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. So possession goes over here on the punt. The Steelers taking over now late in this first half. And with them trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together, maybe get into field goal range. To throw is Howard, throwing to start the drive. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half.
At the 35-yard line.
Four receivers to keep tabs on here. 3 of them to the right side on 2nd and 5. Back to throw. Howard. Austin is there and brings in another one. Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout. So as they talk it over, we step aside. The start for them near flawless. Defense gets them a 3 and out. 2 quick pass connections on offense.
So that's how a team works together. Just what you described. Get them the ball, give them a little momentum, and they're capitalizing off of that. Thanks a lot, guys.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
Intended for Pat Fryermuth. Incomplete. It's 2nd down and 10.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. They'll look to throw again. And that'll be dumped off to Gainwell. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45.
It's a gain of
5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Incomplete on the deep ball.
And they're not going to go quietly into this halftime break. They know they're in for a fight, so they're trying to make every possession count. They took the big shot there, but it winds up incomplete.
On 4th down, Corliss Waitman on to punt. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this will be out of bounds at the what here? The 12-yard line. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. And leading 10-7, they may just want to get this to the locker room. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be 2nd down. So halftime straight ahead. Let's get you down to the Sunshine State and Scott Hansen with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Scott Hansen, good to be with you from the Orlando EA Sports Studios with an abridged halftime report. This one shaping up to be a tight one, as evidenced by the scoreboard. Both these teams playing it close to the vest in the first half. What will happen in the second half? Let's find out as we send it back to the stadium and our commentary team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Scott, thank you. And this one's still anybody's game. We'll see who can come out with a hot hand in this second half as we are about to get underway. A good, tight football game thus far. 10-7 the score as we resume action on EA Sports. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Steeler offense now with the football first here to begin the third quarter. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
2nd and 13. And his throw is going to be incomplete. Right now, the story of this game continuing to be the defenses because the offenses, they're finding it difficult to establish any rhythm whatsoever.
I like how you come to us in praise of defense, Brandon, because that's exactly right. That was an incompletion forced there, but we've seen it throughout this game. Both of these defense coordinators, they're a step ahead of their offensive counterparts.
He's going to launch this thing way downfield. This one incomplete. Almost picked off by the rookie, but he couldn't quite look it in. And now it's 4th down.
I like the fact that he took the shot deep downfield. Even if you don't get the catch, maybe you get a defensive penalty and pick up the yardage that way.
The Steelers send out their punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Mendoza. He'll drop this underneath for Genty. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that's going to bring up 2nd down.
At the 31-yard line.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. He finds Dorsett. It's complete. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
A gain of 9 yards. That's good for a Las Vegas 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Operating from the gun, Mendoza. And his throw is incomplete.
Not sure what happened there, but he just didn't get the right read on the coverage that time. Pass wasn't where it needed to be, and that'll send them back to the drawing board.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down.
Now the terrible towels in full force now as the Steelers get set to defend this 3rd and long.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw.
Short throw caught by Bowers. And he can only manage to get this to the 45-yard line. Well short of the 1st.
Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And that'll bring up 4th down.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the 1st tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
And the punt kicks out of bounds, and they will spot it right at the 25-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. They'll run it. Warren. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run and the pass. But in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right. It might go to them in this game.
I like that. MVU. Well done.
They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. It's caught inside the 25. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Marquez Valdez-Scantling, 66 yards. And the Steelers have taken the lead here in this 3rd quarter. He put quite a bit of air underneath that touchdown pass. Of course, we knew that he had the strong arm.
That part was easy. You can see that throughout his college career. But what you want to know about a rookie is when the pressure's on, can you throw with touch? He just did right there. And, boy, it was pretty.
Extra point now by Boswell. And that makes it 14-10. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it ends with a Pittsburgh touchdown. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And able to get this out to the 25. The Raiders offense now making their way back out onto the field. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. And he stopped immediately there. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I know they'd love to take some heat off of that young quarterback, but so far, not much in the running game, and this won't help things either. A loss on that play.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Now this time he'll look to throw. He'll lock it with a grab over the middle. It'll be a gain of 5. And now 3rd down and 6 to go.
5-yard pickup on the play. And it's 3rd down.
Looking to throw. Mendoza. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
And we're into the 2nd half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. Here's A.J. Cole now as he's on for the 5th time here today. A call for a fair catch, and it's made at about the 23-yard line. The Steelers offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And he's been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been totally taken apart, and that is borne out in his numbers. He's been terrific all game long. Short throw to Smith. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
Now Howard from the gun on 3rd down. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
That's good for a Steelers 1st down. First and 10 at the 41-yard
Well, a lot
line.
of times when you get a manageable third down situation like this, you have to think about your tight end, and he comes through for him, picking up the first down.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. He'll let it fly for Austin. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Calvin Austin, 59 yards. And they are able to add on to their advantage. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
Boswell for the extra point. It's good, and it's 21-10. A drive there of just 4 plays. And in the end, a Calvin Austin touchdown grab finished the drive off. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. And now here come the Raiders. They'll look to make some inroads here, trailing 21-10 as they come up on a 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. Now Mendoza, off play action. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Good work after the catch, gets him 15 and a first down.
And this is what they're going to need more of. It's the third quarter. You're trailing. You've got to come out with a renewed sense of purpose, and that's a nice way to kick off the drive with good yardage and a first down.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. And a good run here as he'll rumble all the way down to the 40-yard line. It's another first down as this time they get an even 20.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Well, with him trailing here in the second half, maybe his legs can try to give this offense a spark.
And that's the benefit of having a young quarterback, right? Having a rookie, a guy who will say, hold on a second, I have a little bit of fearlessness to my game. It isn't working as well the other way. Let's see what I can do to help my team this way. And boy, he did it there.
Left side, it's Dorsett. And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And it'll be second down.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
A run out of the gun with Genty.
And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6.
50 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
Las Vegas, first down.
First downs have not come easy, and neither have runs like this throughout this game.
Absolutely not. He finally felt like, whoa, a sigh of relief. We got something going in the running game.
Right back to Genty on first down.
And he gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4.
You get down near the goal line, you need to start enlisting the help of all 11 guys on the defense. And that's a nice job there by the cornerback, squaring his shoulders and coming in to make the tackle.
2nd and goal from inside the 5.
They'll go again with Genty.
And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness, think about running the ball here, not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
They're able to hold them to 3 there, and that leads to a 4th and goal.
I thought they might take a shot down the field, but instead they ran a little drag route there. I think they were hoping he could catch it and run away from the defender. But a really good job keeping the play in front of them, and they force a 4th down.
I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this 3rd quarter as he'll go for it on 4th down. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. He couldn't get the ball away on 4th and goal. And instead of having a 1-score game, they'll remain 2 scores down. This Pittsburgh offense led by Calvin Austin running back out. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by himself, is it? Right. Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
A short one there to Fryermuth. And he'll be just shy of the 20 at the 19 as he goes out of bounds.
At the 19-yard line. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
And they'll come up 2nd and 7. Running a jet sweep. This is Austin.
He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
Defensively, they had that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
A 4-receiver set here, 3rd and 5.
Operating from the gun, Howard.
He'll try and do this himself. Now he's loose again.
And finally taken down at the 34. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a 1st down.
4 yards. And the Steelers first down. 1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
Back to throw now on 1st down. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Pittsburgh. It's Steeler football, and they have the lead as well as we begin quarter number 4. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. So give them 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and it'll be 2nd down.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the Raiders' 12-yard line.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Over the middle, that's caught by Metcalf. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. It's a quarterback sneak. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the 1st. 2 yards is the pickup, and the Steelers are going to have a 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 5-yard line.
A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. Flag comes in. This might be a free play. And he takes it into the end zone across the chalk. Now there is a flag down, but I think that's offsides on the defense.
Yeah, I think that's going to stand, partner.
So obviously they will decline the penalty there, and the result is 6 points. Extra point now by Boswell. So obviously they will decline the penalty there, and the result is 6 points. Extra point now by Boswell. And the lead is up to 18 now. So that drive goes 8 plays. And it ends with the Steelers finding the end zone. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. So out come the Raiders. They've got some stuff to build on from that last drive because they moved the football, CD, and then they tried to go for it on 4th down, didn't convert, probably left a bitter taste in their mouths.
I would say so, and I think that they go out in this series determined for that not to happen again. In fact, they don't even want to get to a 4th down opportunity. They just want to make sure they get it done within the parameters that they've set for themselves. Run their offense, get it into the end zone. Yeah, I think a little bit of determination and a dash of anger.
First down, Raiders.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Mendoza. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And some room to roam now. Inside the 10. And he takes it back to the house. A fumble recovery for a Steelers score. Huge play by the defense, not only to force the fumble, obviously, but to return it for a touchdown.
And I know it's no fun for anyone who plays offense, but isn't it fun to see how a defense rallies when there's a fumble return and everyone tries to find someone to block and bring it all the way home?
I always like their celebrations because they don't get there that often.
No, they're not choreographed very well usually.
PAT would extend their lead, but there is a flag on the play.
Personal foul, roughing the kicker, defense.
Well, things obviously not going their way. Trailing here in the 4th quarter, and that penalty going to go ahead and give the other side some extra yardage.
We all know it's an intense game and things can get heated out there. That's part of the battle. The bottom line, you got to keep your cool. That was not an example of doing that.
And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field. Looking to put a drive together. Now, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10. At the 35-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. This complete to Lockett.
Mendoza's pass. Complete to Tyler Lockett. It's a gain of 4. Makes it 3rd and 7.
And this offense on 3rd down today, they've had a lot of chances but not much success, converting only 3 times. This is 3rd and 7. Well, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
Incomplete.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And this a quick slant to Lockett.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th.
1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. Complete to Dorsett. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 12 more yards there and another first down.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
As expected, he's gone to him several times in this game, but that's the first time one has slipped from his grasp. I'll bet he goes back to him, though. He's an excellent player.
2nd and 10. Back to throw again. Left side complete to Lockett. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 5.
Back to throw. Mendoza. They'll try and set up the screen to Genty. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. A short gain there of just 4, and that'll bring up a 4th down.
Boy, that was certainly well-read defensively. And the key to any screenplay is space to work. And there was none to be found there. And they tackle him for just a short gain.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. They'll go. Here's Genty. And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26. He needed less than a foot. He didn't get a whole lot more than that, but he did get the first down.
Well, he and his offensive line created enough push where if he was able to just fall forward as he was able to there, that would pick up the first down. As you noted, didn't need a whole lot, didn't get much more than that.
He'll swing this out to Mostert. So the completion good for just 3. And it's 2nd down.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7 at the Steelers' 23-yard line.
Looking to throw. Mendoza. Out to the right. He gets it to Lockett. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. It'll go as a gain of 4. And now we've got a 3rd down and 3. Back to throw. Mendoza. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
Well, that was certainly an aggressive call and an aggressive play. Instead of just going for the first down, took the shot in the end zone, went for the touchdown.
And on 3rd down, they said, forget about the sticks. We want 6. Well, the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And it's caught on the deflection. And this is going to be a touchdown. Well, with this rookie QB, we talk a lot about his ball placement and how good he can be at laying it right in there. I think we just saw, Charles, though, the strength of that arm. That was an absolute rifle for the completed touchdown.
It absolutely was, and let's face it, you think he was really ready to get that first touchdown? Absolutely. He threw that pass with authority, just as you described. Big-time arm right there, and let's face it, a lot of quarterbacks used to be pitchers in baseball. The fastball was usually their best pitch, and we saw it there.
Raiders 17.
So that one a 13-play drive in total. And it ends with a Las Vegas touchdown. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
The Steelers offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And he has been masterful so far in leading this offense. He's kept the mistakes to a minimum. He's been on point with his passes, and he's generally been one step ahead of this defense all game long. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk at a 45. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down.
This defense, Charles, they have unraveled here in the fourth.
In a sense, it's like they're being pressed like in a basketball game, and they just can't get the ball over half court. I mean, no matter what they do, they can't get off the field. They can't slow them down. They're just going up and down the field against them. Yeah, unraveling would be a perfect word for them.
And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage.
46-yard line.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
On the draw, Gainwell.
And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10.
Now that's a nice play. Got me fired up, partner. But can they do it back-to-back plays? All the training that you go through as a defense for these situations, when you have to get the ball back, everything you go through, holding up the runner, raking at the football, getting to the passer, knocking it out of his hands, whatever way, they have to get the ball back.
Now can they stand tall again for a huge fourth quarter stop? The Steelers send out their punter now as he's on to kick it away. And that will hit and continue on out of bounds.
The Vegas offense ready for their next possession. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, it's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
From the 23, here's 2nd and 5.
Looking to throw. Mendoza.
Short throw, and that's hauled in by Mayer.
That one, a first down pickup of 8. What a throw right there for the first down. He has taken some real punishment in this game, but still standing in the pocket, completing that one.
He's a flat-out warrior. There's no question about that. How about him stepping up into the teeth of the rush and delivering there for that big strike and that big pickup?
They'll look to throw now on first down. Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
Looked like he had a couple of different options as far as who to throw to on that play. Who am I to say this, but I'm not sure he made the right decision.
Well, the window of opportunity is always going to be small in the NFL. That's why those quarterbacks who make quick decisions and have quick releases have the most success in this league.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
A quick throw there is incomplete.
Incomplete. He was covered by Patrick Queen.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Operating from the gun, Mendoza. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, those are the types of plays they probably wish they had made more of in the first 3 quarters. And this deficit going to be tough to overcome here in the 4th. But a nice first down and a pickup on that throw.
Yeah, and this is where as coaches, You're looking for effort and execution, even though the scoreboard is going against you. You want to find out who's going to fight, who's going to scrap, who's going to keep their heads up and continue to play.
The scoreboard tells a story for them, a little bit bleak, and while it's not quite desperation time yet, it's definitely getting close, but the defense reads the scoreboard as well. They're going to back up and make them really earn it.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw again.
That's complete. Genty out of the backfield.
And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play. And that'll make it 3rd and 13. Operating from the gun, Mendoza. It's caught, block it. And they'll bring him down right at midfield, and he is well short of the first down. So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and it'll be 4th down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. I guess no need to force it when you can do that instead. First down, 18-yard gain. We've seen the pressure get to him several times in this game. There, though, we see him escape it.
And we've seen this rookie video before as well. That type of pressure, oftentimes, what do you resort to? Your legs, try and escape. What you hope is that this doesn't become habit for him, that he learns how to handle the pressure, still keep his eyes downfield, and make some throws.
So it looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. Back to throw. Mendoza. And his throw here's incomplete.
And that's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Looking to throw. Mendoza. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Another incomplete pass there. We've seen a bevy of those. This secondary, they've been pretty good, haven't they?
They certainly have. They've allowed the 1 touchdown through the air, and they're going to be upset about that later when they watch the game tape. But other than that, they've been absolutely rock solid.
The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th. Able to find the open man. That's complete. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. Felt compelled to go for it there on 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a 4th down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You still have to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
So this drive going to continue following the conversion on 4th. Here's 1st and 10.
Operating from the gun, Mendoza. Now he'll tuck this and run. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
His running ability has been an extra dimension to their game plan thus far. For once, though, he doesn't create any magic against the front that's prepared for him to try and take off.
2nd down and 8.
Operating from the gun, Mendoza. And here he'll get it down to the 7. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. And Pittsburgh with 6 defensive backs in the game here on 3rd down. Back to throw. Mendoza. And it's intercepted at the goal line.
It's Kyler Duggar who picks it. And the Steelers are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
Those INTs all sting, but you throw one in the red zone. I think especially as a rookie, maybe it stings a little bit more.
I think what you're saying is they don't all count the same, do they? Right? Interceptions in the red zone that you've given up points now, those are precious. So you have to learn from those and in a hurry.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field.
Well, CD, this is the ideal situation in the fourth quarter. You come out here late, not much time on the clock, with a comfortable lead, and put the final nail in the coffin.
Yeah, this offense, all game long, they've been powerful, they've been dangerous. You're exactly right. They can end this one on their own terms.
Well, somebody lit a fire under that offense during the break, Charles. Remember, they trailed at intermission. They come out, they have the big second half, and that lifts them to the victory.
And Brandon, trailing at halftime, we always talk about teams making adjustments. You know what the best adjustments usually are? It's just executing better. Because the game plan you put in place at the beginning of the week often still holds. You don't have to make wholesale changes. Just have to do it a little bit better, a little cleaner. And they did that in the second half, and that led them to victory.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports.
The Steelers earn the win at home as we say so long from Pittsburgh.